Hi, I'm Gina Salazar. Welcome back to the Better Arizona Show. Thyroid disease is becoming an epidemic. It affects millions of people, and most of them don't even realize that they have it because it often goes undiagnosed. That's why we have Dr. Red in today, and he is from Red River Health and Wellness, and he's going to help us learn why low thyroid problems are happening every day to so many people. Welcome, Dr. Red.
Thanks for having me.
So, doctor, tell me a little bit about the symptoms of low thyroid people might be experiencing.
Yeah, the symptoms will be depression, fatigue, hair loss, brain fog, intestinal issues. Oftentimes they'll swell as well, and so that will cause problems.
I've seen that so many times, even with my friends and my nephew. He was getting like the puffy hands.
Yep, just swelling. And oftentimes you'll see these patients gain weight and then lose it, just back and forth, kind of bounce around. Yeah.
And that's usually the thyroid. Interesting. So what's the number one cause of thyroid?
Number one cause is a disease called Hashimoto's disease. And this is where your immune system will attack the thyroid at a rapid pace and eventually cause a permanent low thyroid. And so the thyroid can't produce the proper thyroid hormones that the body needs. And every single cell in your body has a thyroid hormone receptor. So these hormones are crucial.
Wow.
Yeah.
So why do those on thyroid hormones sometimes still experience these symptoms?
Well, here's the biggest thing is because nothing's being done to the main problem that's causing the thyroid to begin with, the low thyroid to begin with. And so what we want to do in these areas is take everything we know about thyroid problems and crumble it up in our hands and then throw it in the trash, right?
Oh,
because
wow.
most of the time these patients don't have a primary thyroid problem, they have an autoimmune condition that's attacking the thyroid. And so it's so crucial that you address the immune response that's causing it to flare up and destroy the thyroid tissue and also causing the inflammation throughout the whole body as well. And so that's really the main problem there.
Well, it's interesting because people think, oh, it's just this thyroid, it's this little butterfly right here, but it's really the whole body that it's affecting.
Exactly. Think of it as your now immune system is now attacking bad, instead of attacking bad things, it's attacking its own tissue and causing so many more problems throughout the whole body. And that's why these patients have such an array of symptoms that end up causing a poor quality of life and end up causing, a lot of different problems too.
And I would say that's probably one of the things that makes Red River Health and Wellness different, right?
For sure. I think that's important too because we want to stop just treating symptoms. We want to try to identify what's really causing these patients' problems. And adrenal fatigue or intestinal problems or hormonal imbalances or blood sugar issues will all contribute to flaring up the autoimmune response. And so we have to work on each specific imbalance and each problem and really teach and educate these patients and show them how to keep things in check and how to keep things to function well and really inform them so they know how to keep things in check for the rest of their life,
Yeah, and that's interesting because I bet when you go to get your thyroid tested, it probably depends then on what your body is actually doing that day. If you're having a good day, if you're having a bad day,
sure.
it's going to change those numbers.
It's so up and down, and when you're getting your thyroid tested, make sure that you're checking for Hashimoto's because if it is Hashimoto's, there's a lot more that's going to cause your thyroid issue and cause problems and symptoms than just a primary thyroid problem, right? So most of the time these patients get checked what's called a TSH marker.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. If they're lucky, they might get a T3 or T4, whereas you have to check for antibodies and you have to check for how other imbalances will cause it to flare up and be a lot more specific and a lot more detailed than what these patients are used to.
And Dr. Red, tell me how people can get a hold of you. You have a special offer right now too for our viewers, right?
For sure. They can call us for a free consultation where they'll get to sit down with the doctor and he'll explain their history and explain what's going on with them in detail. They can also download a free brochure on our website at lowthyroid101.com too.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here today and all the great information.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
The Better Arizona Show will be right back.